Deanna, your mic is muted.
Antonio's was unmuted, so I was talking to
This goal-orientedness, I want to win the race. See, if you treat life as a race, if you have to win it, you have to get to the finish line soon, isn't it? Do not fix life, either yours or anybody else's. Do you have the courage and commitment to make the possibility into your reality? Inevitably it'll yield. How can it not yield?
Namaskar, Sadhguru. I am Alina Jacob, a student of third year architecture. My question is, we live in a society where people are where we find people who are extrovert and introvert in nature. So the people who are extrovert, they are confident enough to express themselves. But meanwhile, in this competitive world, people who are introvert, will they ever be able to make a stand or mark as good as the way the extroverts do it? And even if they manage to reach somewhere in life, will they continue to be an introvert?
See, the difference between this extrovert or introvert is, or what these two things are is, it's like mistaking your exhalation for inhalation and inhalation for exhalation. There is no such thing as extrovert or introvert, do not classify people like that. Some people see that they need to act and reach out. Some people see there is not much need for that. So maybe they are not on the Twitter and Facebook and whatever, this doesn't mean they're introvert. They have a life of their own. We should not judge people like this. Every human being has a right to be whichever way they want.
All right, stop right there. Coming back to it. One more time. This time, I'm gonna pause and you gonna write down.
This goal-orientedness, I want to win the race. See, if you treat life as a race, if you have to win it, you have to get to the finish line soon.
All right, you should be writing. If you treat life like a race, you gotta finish soon. In addition to that, I want you to write down, race implies there's only one winner. I sure hope you're right. Let me blow you up here. God bless y'all. Race implies there's only one winner. Let me keep going.
Isn't it? Do not fix life, either yours or anybody else's.
Right, stop right there. Do not fix life, not yours or anyone else's. You should write that down.
Do you have the courage and commitment to make the possibility into your reality?
All right, talked about this morning. Grant Cardone's definition of success is the difference between your potential and your reality. Write that down. The difference between your potential and your reality. Also inside this, I want you to additionally write, do you have the courage to make your potential your reality? Just keep going.
Inevitably it'll yield. How can it not yield?
Now I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. Introvert, extrovert, etc. Inhale, exhale. But what I want you to do is I want you to receive something.
The difference between this extrovert or introvert is, or what these two things are is, It's like mistaking your exhalation for inhalation and inhalation for exhalation. There is no such thing as extrovert or introvert. Do not classify people like that. Some people see that they need to act and reach out. Some people see there is not much need for that. So maybe they are not on the Twitter and Facebook and whatever, this doesn't mean they're introvert. They have a life of their own. We should
Everybody listen.
not judge people like this. Every human being has a right to be whichever way they want.
Right there. Every human being has the right to be whichever way they want. For the times of hours that it is for us to share together, I want to speak with you on the subject alignment and how it affects you. That's what I want to talk about. Alignment and how it affects you. And I wanted to borrow or at least use Sadhguru as motivation. And I will share with you all the link of the video I just pulled up so you can watch that in your own timing. Alignment and how it affects you. Your goal in life can be many things. That's up to you. Whatever you want them to be, it can be many things. And no one is going to stand in judgment of however you align your life to be, because let's just face it, you are grown. But if I had to give you steps, step number one to live the best life you could possibly live is in all things you do, find the path of least resistance. Step number two, find alignment in every area of your life. Can we talk? If I had to sum up life, I would tell you, number one, find the path of least resistance in everything that you do. Number two, find alignment in everything that you do. In truth, just because you are alive does not mean you are living. And just because you're walking a line does not mean you are in alignment with that line. And most people find themselves living 100% of their lives and lose. The truth is actually disheartening. The truth is, most people will exit this life and genuinely never figure out how to live it. Think about that for a moment. Let's just sit back, not multitask for 3 seconds, and let's just give 3 seconds of concentration to what I just said. After that, you can go back and you can think about whatever you're thinking about. And you can put your phone back in your hand and scroll and do whatever you're doing. But most people are going to live this life and never figure out how to win at it. And by most, I mean 99%. And that truth is disheartening. Now, the great grand picture of things, you'll come back. You'll figure it out. There are no mistakes. If it take you 1,000 times, you'll figure it out. If it take you 10,000 times, you'll figure it out. But the goal is, no matter how long it takes you to figure it out, be in alignment with that, because it's not a race. Allow me to introduce something that you may not have thought of. But when I say it to you, it will feel like the truth. Because whenever you hear truth, it is like remembering it instead of hearing it. Every person here listening to me right now, online, in front of me, on Zoom, Every last one of you are winning. You feel like you're not, but you're winning. You feel just cheered. You're winning. Can I tell you why you're winning? Because you started this life with 0. So anything you have is a plus. Rewind, press play. You were born. Great abundance, lungs, breath, blood, heart, etc. But you were at 0. So if you're not happy with your life, guess what? It's more than what you had when you got here. Congratulations. You're at a plus. Somebody needed to hear that. If you don't like how things are working out for you, congratulations. You're at a plus. You kind of came here with nothing working out for you. If you don't like the house you live in, congratulations. You were living in the womb. Plus, if you're homeless, congratulations. Weren't homeless. No matter what is happening to you in your life, it is a plus. So many people just disagree with me. Not you all, the people on YouTube. Okay, not y'all. Certainly not y'all. You didn't disagree. But think about that. How much better would your life be if you viewed it as no matter what's happening to you, it's a plus? That's something else. That is world changing. It truly is. Phil, please.
Antonio, the simple act of choosing to view it as a plus makes it so.
Just let it be so. Abracadabra. It's a plus. You were born. Arshia has on beautiful green eyeshadow. Wasn't born with that. You're doing well. You're doing well. If your hair is longer than it was when you were born, congratulations. You're doing well. If your bones grew a centimeter, congratulations. You're at a plus. No matter what, you're at a plus. Let me repeat. We're talking today about alignment and how it affects you. And if I had to sum up life, I'd give you 2 directives. Directive number 1, in all things, Grace, find the path of least resistance. We're coming back to that. Directive number 2, in all things, once you're on that path, make sure everything is in alignment with you. But I'm afraid that's not what you're taught. You've been taught to struggle. I'm sure you can't remember the way you would like to, but some of you do. When you were born into this world, it wasn't until your mother became in harmony with the dilation of her cervix and the crown of your head or feet, depending on how you came out, could have been breached or cut open, until the razor came in harmony with your skin and cut it open, or the crown of your head became in harmony with the 10 centimeters dilation, there was no life. And as long as your mother's womb, her body, her blood rate, and everything was in disharmony, there was no birth. Women have to be in so much harmony. When they push, they don't just push you out. Some other stuff come out too. Everything is in harmony. You know, everything getting pushed is getting pushed at the same time. You can't have life without harmony. When you have disharmony, it's something opposite of life. I like to call it contrast. Contrast serves you. But once you are birthed through the womb, you don't go back. Rewind, press play. Once this beautiful symphony of placenta and all them other liquids get in harmony, you don't go crawling back in the womb. It's the same thing for you in this life. Once you get out that contrast and figure out what you want, you're not supposed to go back to what you were struggling with. Contrast serves you. Be blessed with the contrast, because your mother took 9 months of contrast to feed you. I'm going somewhere, Damali. I'm making it make sense. All that contrast, I didn't say contrast was bad. I'm just saying being 34 years old and still being fed through the umbilical cord, you're no longer a human being, you're a parasite. See, a mother and the fetus is in perfect harmony. The fetus is not a parasite. You can see some commonality, but it's not a parasitic relationship. What the mother has gets multiplied to the child. But once the child gets past a certain age, you ain't got to be 34 years, just spend 3 weeks past due, then the child begins to poison the mother, because the waste from the child that is supposed to be in a diaper ends up being in the placenta. Every bit of how you came into this world has been a good representation of how you should also leave it. There is a time to be fed by source, and then there is a time to become source and feed others. We're talking about alignment and how it affects you. When you think about your life, I hope you consider my 2 directives. Find yourself in the path of least resistance in all things. And then once you get on that path, everything around you and everyone with you needs to be in alignment. The reason being is because 99% of the people you know are going to live this life and never figure out how to win. And winning at life is not about racing. It's not about things. It always will be about alignment. I know, let's take Tempest, for instance. Tempest does not want a Rolls Royce Phantom, nor does she want 50 acres, a lake, golf course, nor does she want a bowling alley inside of her home and a lifetime supply of Reese's peanut butter cups. Everything I just said is in perfect alignment with me. Tempest would be just fine with a Honda Civic fully loaded, unbreakable, all things paid off, house as wonderfully paid off, couple of rent properties, space for a mom, making $35,000 a year. She would never try to impress nobody.
Not $35,000 a year. I'm so sorry. I don't know who that person is.
Old Tempest. That's 6-year-old Tempest. We adjusted for inflation. Whatever dollar amount that is. Point is, what's in alignment for Frida is for Frida. And everything along your path must match that. Because if it does not, it means you're matching someone else's path. May I say it again for the people in the back? In your experience, everyone is aligned to you, or you are aligned to everyone else. And there should be a harmony with both these concepts.
One more time for my notes, please.
I got you. In your experience, everything should be aligned to you, from your husband to your hair follicles. Your hair fall out? Congratulations. It was in your DNA for it to do that. So be proud of it. Nobody's hair has fallen out like yours has. Congratulations. You are that unique. Other people's hair has fallen out, but the way yours did was an alignment with your DNA. You were born to exist that manner, in that manner. You're either in alignment with everybody else, that's the second part, Grace, or everybody else is in alignment with you. I would love to tell you that everybody and everything in your experience should be in alignment with you. And the truth, that will always be the truth, it should be, but that's not harmony. Harmony is sometimes you have to be in alignment with others, but it goes back to number one, that first directive. What's the first directive I gave you? Somebody say it out loud. I'm gonna mute my mic.
In all things, in all things you do, find the path of least resistance.
All right. Sometimes I gotta be in alignment with Damali, but it still needs to be overall in my path of least resistance. So if Damali wants me to apologize, and I do, wants me to serve her, and I should, and it fits with the ultimate directive of my life and its alignment, that's a wonderful time I was supposed to submit and align to her. But if aligning to Damali never leads or serves my number one objective, I need to limit my time with Damali, don't I? Some of you have married folk who never fit in the first directive of your life. As I drink my coffee after meddling. It's both.
That was good. I wanted to be like Deanna. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got it. I got it.
Timmy just asked me, why would I be at $35,000 a year? I'm just curious. I was just teasing. And somebody used to
Don't
say,
speak that over me.
I know that's right. I ain't mad at you. Why she's currently got 6-figure contracts on her left and her right.
Yeah, why the hell you bring me all the way down to 35?
I can always count on her and law.
I think he meant 35 trillion. That's what it was.
That might be right.
35 trillion, baby.
That might be right. She needs the whole GDP of countries as her income. So law agrees with that. No, I was just
Can
teasing.
I say this?
Yes, please.
I'm at work. Jesus Christ, help me, Lord. I just want to say this. As a child, we always thought that $100 was so much money. 6 years old, that's a lot of money. Yeah. For Christmas, I gave my 6-year-old grandson a bunch of ones. It was only $20, but I had it all in ones. And I told him he got to make a decision to invest. What do you want to do with that money? I didn't even say what it was. I just said, that's your money. And first you got to pay God, then you got to pay you, and then you got to invest in what you want to do. And when I tell you, that little boy thought he was the president of the United States of America. So when we little, money means so much to us as far as getting us where we want to be. But as you get older, you find out that in reality, you need more than what is required for a 6-year-old mind.
That's called the hedonic treadmill. No matter how much we get, we eventually even out to that and say, it wasn't enough. 15 years ago, Tips would be like, ooh, 35,000, that's a blessing. Today, it's like, don't you ever say that about me again. And that's so, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great part of human life that we're always achieving. But we're always supposed to be in alignment with these things. Let's rewind, because I'm still in my introduction, and what I want to do is I'm building a foundation for all of us. If I had to give you a directive, Queen Chi, it would be in alignment. But what is that? Well, I've broken it down to 2 things. Number 1, in all things that you do, your number 1 goal should be in the path of least resistance. Why am I saying that? Because the universe does not offer resistance. I did not say you will not experience it. Once you are birthed, once you're out the womb, once you, just using as a metaphor now, decide what you want, that resistance is no longer resistance. It's just the ebb and flow along your way. Put a pin in that. Actually, you know what? Don't put a pin in it. Let's open it up right now so you don't be confused, so you can walk with me. I am telling you that the moment you decide you want to be a cybersecurity expert, that any resistance in your life is ebb and flow. Ebb and flow is the natural inhale and exhale of things, the ups and downs of things, the rise of the wave and the decrease of the wave. It just is what it is. And once you know what you want, here's your answer so you can walk with me for the rest of this. Don't go with the decreases. It's that simple. Decreases are natural. You will naturally decrease in life and increase in life, but you don't need to go with them because it's natural. Just because something goes down don't mean your self-esteem need to. And just because something goes up doesn't mean your self-esteem needs to. You're already supposed to be way up here in the first place. What I'm saying is, if you know what you want, that resistance in life is supposed to just pass you by. And then you're supposed to, as Oprah would say, go to your next best move. And that would never be in a place of strong resistance. If where you are going in life, if along your path, it is super strong resistance, that's not the place for you. Now you would say, well, Antonio, I don't think that's true because there are people who change this world and they had to go through all sorts of terrible things just to do it. You're absolutely correct, Damali, but they didn't feel that way. You see it that way. Rosa Parks just had a fire in her that made her not feel all the resistance we celebrate today. It's like them weeble wobbles. You knock them down and get back up. There's something in her that made that resistance easier. And in her path of odds that didn't make any sense to us, while Harriet Tubman was doing the impossible, while Winston Churchill was saving the world, that's not what he felt like. There was just something in him that said, this is what I'm supposed to do, and in it, I will find my next best move. The enemy is all around. There is war in our homeland. But all I can do is concentrate on my next best move. My goal is to simplify your struggle, because I know you think you're struggling, but you're wrong. And I don't mean to offend you. I just mean to tell you God doesn't struggle. As Phil wisely pointed out, the moment you decide to see it as a plus, it becomes that automatically. Conversely, the moment you see it as a struggle, it becomes that automatically. That goes both ways. See it as a plus, let there be plus. See it as a struggle, let there be struggle. I played Sadhguru in a particular clip because I had 4 things in there I really wanted, and I'm glad Deanna put them in the chat. I really wanted to, and you know, it's worth hearing it again. It's in the introduction. It's really worth hearing it again, and I'm you know, it's amazing. It's amazing how. So people say, use me as an example. Say, Antonio, how do you know those things? That ain't how I think about it. How did you do that amazing thing? Now, that's not what I saw. Not at all. If I tried to be amazing, it's too much pressure. Do you mind if I just talk about me for a moment? If I try to know everything, it's too much pressure. But how do you're too young to know? If I thought I was young, it's too much pressure. If I thought I was too young, too much pressure. If I thought the information that I know I'm not supposed to have access to, too much pressure. All the things attributed to me, I don't think about. There is not a single time that I've ever went, I don't know this answer. Or a single time I've ever went, it's too hard. That's not how I view things. In simplicity, the way I view things, I get to do what I want. That's the secret to my life. How did you know that? Because I wanted to know it. Why you didn't get mad? They did you wrong. Because I didn't want to get mad. Now somebody needs to hear what I'm saying. You need to. I am building a foundation here. Why did you forgive? Because I want to live a life known as forgiveness. I do what I want. It just so happens to be what I want. Other people say, man, that was impossible. That's because what you want is to say that's impossible. Let's look at this one more time. Because we need it.
this goal-orientedness, I want to win the race. See, if you treat life as a race, if you have to win it, you have to get to the finish line soon, isn't it? Do not fix life, either yours or anybody else's. Do you have the courage and commitment to make the possibility into your reality? Inevitably it'll yield. How can it not yield?
That's it. There's so much there in that 45 second, probably 45 seconds. So much there. Go ahead, Phil.
I think that's who was on the Daily Show and was talking about the soil deficit. I think that's who it was. So you might want to Google his name and put soil next to it to see if he in the Daily Show.
Hey,
I think that's who it was.
I think that's. I remember you brought that up. I definitely want to see that. I've got some messages here that I want to. Oh yeah, it looks like it. Hold on, I Googled it right here. There's articles on it. I'm gonna look up the Daily Show, but here it is. Save soil, our body. How's enriching the soil, saving soil. Well, yeah, I think so. I'm gonna see. I'll keep checking it out. I got a bunch of messages here. I want to address them. Before I address them, though, I've got 12 things to give to you. Let me make sure. $18 things to give to you. Easy. Too easy. They're not long. Here's where you are. Here's the solutions. That's it. Too easy. In truth, I've already given them all to you. But before I continue, we really need to discuss why I wanted to play that video. When you're running a race, there's pressure. And it means there's only one winner. Like you can't have 7.8 billion people tied for first place. But the universe doesn't work like that. The universe has all 7.8 billion people tied for first place. It's amazing. Like it is. It's amazing. But there's something wrong with our idea of having to win, because it also admits we're not winning. But you were born winning. Some people just choose to see themselves that way. I don't know how to explain how I see life, because I don't see it as seeing life. I don't know how to describe to you what I see, because it's my eyes. It ain't different. It's only different to you because you're not my experience. To me, it's just looking. So how do you describe looking? I don't know. Somebody else is going to have to do that. Tempest will write a book about me. I have no idea. It won't be me, though. To be honest with you, I just think anything in front of me serves me. And on the rare occasion I'm out of alignment with that, my pain, my resistance, my contrast will remind me I'm out of alignment. And the moment I get back in alignment, the pain goes, the contrast goes, the embarrassment goes. Can you be embarrassed, Arshia, if you don't participate in it? Can you be offended, Queen Chi, if you don't participate in it? So I am one of the hardest people to abuse. I don't participate in abuse. I just don't do it. I see it, I'll call it out. I'll walk away. I just don't do it. I don't hold grudges. You come back, I act like ain't nothing happened. Don't bother me. Because holding on to something that is not in the path of least resistance doesn't serve me. If my friendship with you causes resistance, I don't want it. Grace, what's the first directive I said?
The first directive you said, I'm going back to Deanna because it's in my notes too. In all things you do, find the path of least resistance.
If the way I'm making money causes me resistance, I don't want it.
You better watch yourself, sir.
You need to find a new way to sell.
Okay, Reverend. No, thank you. Okay.
Okay. Grace got her breakthrough. Grace got her breakthrough. If the way you wear your clothes causes resistance, I don't want it. I don't, whatever, if it causes resistance, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not saying be soft. I'm not saying have cherries on top of everything you want. I'm saying that if it's resistance and I get in the flow with it, it ain't resistance no more.
You do not know how you have blessed me on this day.
Come
like
on,
right
tell
now.
us about it. Tell us about it, Grace.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
No, but the thing is, because you always you always mess with me. So like, you crazy as hell. You're the only one I know like sales. Okay, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. I do like sales. I do. Because when we first started and Antonio was teaching us, I had a ball. I was having fun selling with the people that I was with. Now, it ain't that fun. Not saying Miss Frida ain't fun. Miss Frida is a blast. I wish Miss Frida was here in Texas. Okay, that way I could, but I needed to find another way so that I can get back to that fun I was having. So, that's why there has been resistance with the selling.
The humor consultants have a great book about that. Work smart, have fun, make money, and some other stuff. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. I just want. I mean, I couldn't help but just go ahead and let you know.
Yes.
That when they book come out, you might want to go ahead and read.
I'll be grabbing one. I'll be grabbing.
All right, then. I just want what I'm saying. They ain't gonna say it, but I'll say it for them. You understand? They humble. I ain't that humble. You understand?
Mr. Phil had to walk away. That's why. That's all the reason why.
Antonio, here's another one.
Look at that.
Work made fun gets done.
There it is. There it is. I didn't even know that book existed. And the cover was fun, wasn't it? Looking at it. They're like comics and stuff. Phil, what would you say? She says she hasn't had fun selling. What would you say to that?
Well, I'd ask her why. Why doesn't she think it's fun anymore? What's the difference now than it was before?
It is. I just said it. I wish Miss Frida was here with me to do it. Yes, we are working together, but it's that distance. I love being in camaraderie in the vicinity with people. And even though I'm in the office all day, every day with Antonio and Deanna.
You ain't in the office with me because I don't talk. I'll be in space somewhere.
There you go. Y'all hear that? Okay,
so yeah. that part right there.
Right there.
I be gone. My body be here, but I don't be here.
Right. And in some ways, Deanna's the same way. She be in her zone. And I respect all of that. And there's nothing to get mad at that because you in your zone, that's what you're supposed to be doing. For me, I don't know how to describe that. We were in the office, back when we were at the other office.
I was just going to say that. Sounds like you had fun in the other office. Yes. Not fun now.
Right.
Okay. That's one heck of a observation you just made. Look at Phil already connoting you with one question. Here's what I would do.
Well, also, Antonio, it's either a lack of belief or commitment in yourself.
Yep.
Lack of belief or commitment in the product. Lack of commitment in the team and your leadership. When you're not fully engaged, that's when it's not fun. But when you're engaged, when you're in the zone, when you believe in your product, when you believe in the people you're working with, when you believe that this person would buy from you, they would improve their life, then it becomes fun.
Absolutely. You can't disagree with that. There's too much good harvest around that to disagree with that. That's when I'm Antonio, check your harvest. If what he said keeps getting a harvest, you can't disagree with it, right?
Right.
This is what I would do. I'm not telling you to do this. I have a different personality. Let me make myself very clear. Let me make myself very clear. I have a different personality. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because our guru said there's no such thing as an extrovert and introvert. Stop living.
You're a human. You're a human.
Right.
You just feel the need to express yourself. I don't feel that need. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't feel as much of a need as you do.
Right.
That doesn't make you more or less or vice versa, right? That's what he was saying. But this is what I would do. This is me now. This is Mr. Theodore. Okay. This is me. I'd say, Antonio, you like the Torah, don't you? See, I'm an intellectual. You know what I'm saying? No, keep your mic on mute, Grace. I want to hear the background.
Okay, because Grandma got the Young and the Restless on. Keep going.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You tell them they better be doing right over there. Okay. Let's say I'm an intellectual now, okay? But I'm a bold pioneer intellectual as well. Mm-hmm. And I'm a teacher.
Right.
Antonio, you like the Torah, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I sure do, man. Daniel, remember him? Yeah, Daniel. Well, you know what, Antonio, Daniel said, listen, King, give me 21 days to show you. If I do it my way, it actually work out better than your way. And I say, well, yeah, that's I don't know though, Grace. And then you'll go, wait a minute, check your harvest, Antonio. Hold up, because Daniel said, and it worked. If you just let me change my diet, 21 days, and Daniel wound up being the most impressive person in the kingdom. Man, just let me go to Starbucks and just for 21 days and just sell. Or let me go. I have no idea what you want, right? You know what I'm saying? This is just, let me go to the carnival. Let me do something that you don't think is smart for 21 days. And if it don't work for 21 days, I'll come back and do something else. But if it worked, then we both win. But it's just 21 days. It's not like we're going to die in 21 days. That's what I would do. I'm a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I always bet on me. Now, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just telling you. I mean, if you did it, I'd be very impressed, but that's irrelevant. I'm speaking my language to me, and I was talking to me. I was never pretending to be you. Right. I was being me, talking to me. So I'm very comfortable with this. Why? Because what I did was I didn't like the resistance. If quiet areas is resistance, I don't want to be there. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I need to be in alignment with what I want to do. And for my little dumb brain, Starbucks is too many people. So I just use Starbucks as an example. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to do anything, but you find a way to translate what I said into your own language, your own examples, your own alignment, your own everything, and then put me to the test. I'm either this humble esoteric guy, you'll find out in 21 days, or I'll be lying on camera, you know. You'll find out in 21 days. You know what I'm saying? But this, let me tell you why I'm saying that to you, because I do God like this. The same way I just pretended I was Grace, and I said, Antonio, this is what I'm gonna do. I do God like that. Now, God, you said. Now look. Now this ain't working out. Now I got 5 sacred texts, 5 different of them. Here in the Quran it says this, and the Torah says this 5 times. Now one of these is the truth for all 5 of them is. You said if I do this, I get this. All right, then. 100% commitment to what this say, and give it to me or kill me. On my life, that's my conversations with God all the time. I ain't lying to you. Give me what I want or just, I ain't got no purpose, go ahead and take me out of here. That's how I treat myself. I treat God that way. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find a way you do it, but that's no resistance for me because I'm a pioneer. If I got a backup plan, I'm not motivated.
Yes.
Go ahead, Phil.
Have you had a chance to check out the Baha'i faith?
Yeah, I sure have been checking it out since you sent the link.
Pretty interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. Very interesting. I've been having fantasies of going to some of the buildings I've been seeing inside the thing. Very interesting. I got 5 tabs open about it right now. Very interesting. One of my favorite things that's going on there is, I don't want to say it. They are saying there's no religion, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying, oh, all these things are beautiful, right? All these things are great. And all these.
What is this?
The Baha'i faith. I'll have Phil send a link. I went to a bunch of them, but this is the link I've been looking at the most. I'll send it to you right now. It's like 5 of them that I've been looking at the most, but here's the top 2 I've been looking at. Here is like the, I don't know, I call it like the temple page. I got my own way of saying things. And then here is the United States one I've been looking at too. There you go. And then I'll show you what impressed me the most. What immediately caught my attention was right here. Can y'all hear me?
We can now.
Okay. All right. Let me call this so that don't happen again. Anywho, I'll let you see all that. I'll let you see it all yourself. Let me answer some of these things. Somebody asked, actually, Grace, read this out loud for me.
Okay.
There's no names on it or nothing.
Okay.
There's no way to know who said it. There you go.
Thank you for everything you said.
Well, I was trying my very best. Get that from me again. I was trying my very best to tell you, be you. And your job is to be so much in alignment with yourself that it forces me to get in alignment with you. And if I don't, then the curse fall on me. There's no other way to see this. If you're living the highest expression of, if you're saying, and let's just face it, you got like 4 years of harvest saying, I don't like selling this way. Okay, I'm not allowed to disagree with that. I'm not allowed to disagree with that. So clearly I can't say check your harvest because you're right. But if you get in alignment with yourself and you say this is what you want to do with yourself, and if you make all those other things be in alignment with you, and I don't get in line with you, the universe will fade me away. And that's for nobody's exempt. That's why I said, put me to the test. You know what I'm saying? I'm either going to change and learn a lesson or not. Either way, it's going to be one hell of a story to tell in the future. He'll be like, I was working with this guy Antonio one time, man. And I really thought, and let me tell you, this is the bad thing. And God will send you somebody else. Or it'll be, you know what, man? One day either way, somebody gonna learn from it. You hear me?
Tip say, could you repeat that?
Yeah, sure. If I am in alignment, if Grace gets in alignment with herself and genuinely says, this doesn't work for me, and then says, I want to go to I'm just using Starbucks because that's like the most extroverted place in the world to me. It's just too much. It's just noise, blenders, people. I don't want to sit by the door. It's just too much. I'm just saying that. Perfect for you, terrible for me. All right, terrible for me. Okay. And and then Starbucks is in alignment, and you're having so much fun, and you're talking like, "Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, don't worry about the background." All this stuff. As long as you like all this stuff, then if I get in alignment with you, I'm supposed to be there. If I don't get in alignment with you, I will fade away. And I wish. It's why I started off. It's actually the second thing that I had written down, but they had Deanna written down. It said, "Don't try to fix your life, or what? Don't try to fix your life, or
fix other people's life,
or other people." Grace, your job ain't to fix me. Your job is to fix your alignment, and if I'm not in it, the universe will fix me. I'm trying to tell you, I learned how to let things fade away. Even people. Amen. I'm just telling you, some of y'all out here struggling and you shouldn't be. Life is not meant to be struggle. Hey, Grace, read this because nobody makes them double check. Perfect. This is an anonymous question, but I want you to read it because I want everybody to hear it. Go ahead, Grace.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you receive that what I told you is my version of that example?
Yes, sir.
You got to translate it into your own compass, into your own language.
Yes, sir.
Like you can emulate what I said, but you can't become what I said. You're going to be very unhappy if you try.
Yes.
The fastest way to be unhappy is to try to live somebody else's life. If somebody else expects you to do something and you do that, you will not enjoy it. I don't care how great it is. The story of your life. I don't care how great it is. Ooh, Grace, you know what? You should be a computer programmer. Ooh, you like that. That CEO, though, you ain't too much like that. I think everybody should be a CEO. Grace was like, I'd rather be dead. Tempest, too, and Deanna. I tried to make Tempest, Deanna, and Grace CEOs. They all said, nah, I'm good. Took years, but they all said it. Get it? It's ain't about being right. It's about finding the path of least resistance for yourself. Queen Chi says, this is such confirmation of what I have been processing through over this past. You say what? Okay. Oh man, I forgot. Okay, while you talking, I'm going to call in because the internet connection is unstable.
You want me to read now?
I want you to receive that because you have a tendency. I tested the speaker. You have a tendency. Here, Deanna, come do me a favor. Come call in for me. I can't do both at the same time. You have a tendency to.
I think we lost them all.
I was sitting there thinking, no, I'm in the hospital. I'm not trying to make a mess, but what just happened? Okay, you guys are still there. That's good. All right.
Yes, it looks like they're coming back. Here they are.
Okay. Yes. I don't know what just happened. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Welcome back.
We hear you. We coming, y'all.
Okay. Okay, but yes, sir. I do receive what you and I
Grace
am.
said, yes, sir. She does receive, and Antonio said, keep talking.
And I do know that, yeah, everything you just said, I can't do exactly what you just said and come to you and say, hey, for 21 days, I want to no, because that wasn't my idea. That was just you. That was you, saying, having an idea that would work for you if you were me. And so I need to really go and be in alignment and think of what it is that I really want, and to where there is no resistance in the selling, so that I can go and get back to having that fun that I did. Okay, so
Well, Grace,
yes, sir.
I define selling as communicating in a way to produce a mutually agreed upon response that's best for all parties. So we know that the product we have, for some people, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. For people that aren't sure what they're doing, it may be good for them, it may not be good for them. It depends on their commitment and what do they want to accomplish. And there's some people, they shouldn't buy the product because it's not right for them, because it's not going to fit where they're going. So when you're selling, your job is to determine where they are, what do they want to get accomplished, and do we have the tools to help them accomplish what they want to accomplish?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Phil. Yeah. Believe in the products wholeheartedly, the products and the services. All the four things. I was on the phone yesterday, texting and talking to people saying, hey, Arshia was one of those people. Hey, so was Queen T. Hey, if you know anybody that's interested in speaking, business, film, or computer programming, let me know. And Arshia gave me 2 people the other day. And Queen Chi said, you know what, I'm on it. Let me sit down and really think about it. I will get back with you. So, yeah.
And one of the most powerful techniques that I've used is tell them all the reasons why they shouldn't be a client. Because you qualify them and you create an atmosphere of trust. Because what are we afraid of? We have salesmen come at us all the time. We got a great product. We have a great product. We have a great product. We go, well, yeah, but it can't be great for everybody. In your subconscious, I got to find out whether this is great for me. So if as a salesman, you approach it that, hey, we've got a product that's great for certain people, but it's not great for other people. Here are some reasons why you shouldn't do business with it, and list them. Are any of those valid? No? Okay, well, let me tell you why you might want to do business with us. If those are valid, there's some reasons there they're valid. Great. Well, thanks for the time. Who do you know who might like to know more about us? That's the best way I know to ask for referrals. Who do you know who might like to know more about us? Not who do you know who's interested in this or this and that, because then you're making the person think. But if you tell them, who do you know who might like to know more about us, then they're just thinking of that. And then if they get stuck, you say, by the way, why don't you go through your phone? See if that might spur your memory a little bit. Just go through your contacts, and that may help you think of some people who might like to know more about us.
I wrote it down, Mr. Phil. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And go have fun. If you're not having fun, I did get to hear after you be honest speaker. Grace, I posted somebody's comment out there as well. If you can read that for me. Anybody else, if you want to, I had a bunch of them. If you want to resend them, if you want to, I probably already answered them. If you want to resend them, then feel free. But if I don't get to yours, it is because I no longer have access to the chat. Go ahead, Grace.
Okay. I've noticed within the last few weeks that some people and things have created distance between me and them/it, and that is perfect. I've learned to acknowledge it, but allow it for them to be because trying to fix things is not in alignment with who I am and where I am presently. So is that an example of least resistance, or am I wrong for not investigating the issue?
No, that's most certainly an example. Well, okay, the last part was a bit different. In this case, that's most certainly an example of least resistance. Most certainly. But there's a reason why. I can unmuddy the waters here. Nothing ever needs to be fixed. Nobody, no thing, no situation. I know that's a bit troublesome. By clearing up the waters, I muddied them back over again. It's like, well, and injustice should be fixed. I get it. We're talking about the understanding that once I start fixing things, I am losing my power to create new things. I am not saying injustice shouldn't be fixed. I'm busting a Phil Sorrentino and I'm fixing your words. I should create a situation in which injustice can no longer thrive. You get it to fix something is to get more of that something. But to create heaven is to eliminate hell. And my job is to create my reality. If I have to fix my reality, Arshia, I'm admitting it ain't my reality. Even though it is, right? Ultimately it is. But I'm admitting I don't have any power, so I have to fix it. No, you are the creator, the master creator of your reality. So the person who answers this question is absolutely right. You don't need to go investigate it. Now, however, that's why I said I let myself, or should I investigate it further? That creates a nuance there that I have to address. If I've decided, let's use Susan as an example. If I decided I am going to co-create with Susan, and I do something to Susan, and then Susan distances herself, and I don't investigate further why she did, I'm wrong. Because I have decided I'm going to co-create. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't get to say, well, you just wrong. Because now I'm not admitting anything that I've created. You know, that's not what this question was coming from, but I do have a responsibility. That last bit, somebody, some abusers out there is going to twist that up, Arshia. You know what I'm saying? Abusers love to find the weakest point of your argument and stay right there. They ignore everything else you said, Damali. 15 facts. And they get on that one little thing and they make that whole little thing about the whole thing you said. That wasn't even what you said. Right? So I gotta be careful of those people that are out there to do that. And I remember Queen Chief said it's been confirmation for her. Alignment is most important. If I had to tell you what to do, this is why I'm one of the true. I was going to say I'm one of the few people, but that's not true. It's a billion needs. But here in this recent present that we call time, I am one of the loudest voices of telling you, I am not your compass. I cannot tell you what to do. And I know I make a living and money telling people what to do. So it seems paradoxical. But I'm telling you, you are your compass. This is why I was so adamant about telling Grace, no, wait, Grace, I need you to receive those are my words. I need you to put it back in your words. Because if you aren't following your own compass, you are not happy. You're just not. You're just not. Go ahead, Phil, please.
To simplify it, it comes down to two things: either love or fear.
Yeah.
Get into the vibration of love and start making those calls and responding to those people and see what happens. And then if you're in the vibration of fear, get rid of that vibration of fear. Whatever that is, whatever may create it, that's what happens. It's like I've said before, if the lower level spirit is around you and you love it, it'll leave. If you fear it, it'll stay. If you're dealing with a high level of the spirit, if you love it, it'll stay. If you fear it, it'll leave.
Wow. I've never heard him say that before. I'm sure you had. But that's the first time my ears received it. That was amazing. That was amazing. That is. If it's lower, oh my God, that was good. That was really, really good.
Can he repeat that, please?
Yeah, sure. Phil, that was really good. Somebody write it down. Put it in notes.
Can I repeat that? No, I'm sorry, I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Never mind. If you're dealing with a lower level spirit, if you fear it, it will stay. If you love it, it will leave. If you're dealing with a higher level spirit, if you love it, it'll stay. If you fear it, it'll leave.
That is good. Y'all got scriptures that say heap hot coals. Well, I'm sorry, if you be kind to mean people, it's like heaping hot coals over their heads, right? That's this. If it's a high level spirit, loving it and keep it down. Fearing the people who come into your life that are blessing your life, adding value to it, will make people like me just avoid you. Just stop interacting with you. And you'll be mad. You'll say things like, see, I knew you was going to leave me. Yes, you knew right. You knew right. You got what you knew.
On Let's Study a Book, when we were reading about your subconscious and marital problems, it was a story about a guy who was married to a young lady, and she was beautiful and he loved everything about her, but in his mind he feared that she was going to leave him and do all this, and she ended up leaving him because that's what he always thought about.
No doubt, he attracted that. And most importantly, if I know, I'm putting it in me because I don't want to talk about nobody, okay? Whenever I say, let's round, when he says something hard, he makes you laugh first and then chop your head off. Tempest uses a soft voice with a frozen blade that cauterizes the wound at the same time. Me, I say, let me just talk about me for a minute. If I do that, that means I'm about to come for your throat. Come for your throat. Let me just talk about me for a minute. Man. Let me just talk about me so can't nobody be offended. I know I add value to people. I know if you got me, I am literally making your life better in every area that is in alignment with my gifts. I know this. And some people don't add value to me, but I have relationships with them because you can tell the quality of a man or what he does for people who can do nothing for him. Sometimes these people get it twisted. Sometimes people who can do nothing for me completely get it twisted, and they need to be reminded, hey, I get to walk away, no different than you do. But if I walk away, you lose it. If you walk away, I won't even notice. Talk about me. Let me put that to you now. Some of y'all, or sometimes we, overestimate the value we're providing to people's lives. And what happens is you don't realize, as Phil said, you're the lower level energy. And then people start removing themselves because you think you're the greatest blessing in the room, when all the while, in every year of your life, you keep missing your divine connections because you tell the universe, send them away. And you end up having abandonment issues. And let me tell everybody who has abandonment issues, think I'm talking about you. I'm not. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you have abandonment issues, you have deeper problems. Abandonment issues are not normal. And they come from a place which you think people owe you. And anybody with any abandonment issues, anybody who thinks people owe them, you by default are a lower level vibration. Truth is, there's no such thing as lower level, higher level, but I have to say that so you can understand. By default, by vibrational scientific default, if you think people owe you, if you expect them to behave a certain way according to your expectancy, you are the lower level vibration and you are missing all your breakthroughs. Please, Phil.
Yeah, maybe instead of level frequency, you're at a different frequency.
Yeah.
A lower level frequency and a higher level frequency.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. High level frequency, lower level frequency. Very, very, very well said, because I don't have to correct that, because we're just talking about the mathematical vibration of the frequency, right? We're just talking about the 97.9, 102.1, just the math part of it. I don't have to correct that. If you have abandonment issues, you are the lower level frequency. You are. And what that is you're missing things. And you don't have to ask yourself, Antonio, whenever I do that, that's not because I'm coming for your throat when I do that. You don't have to ask yourself, Antonio, if you're the lower level frequency, check your harvest. Look, just pause and look. Do you like where you live? I'm not telling you, when you ask people that, Frida, they go, yeah, I do, because people change when they're being observed. But in the secrecy of your mind, are you tired of your house? Are you tired of your car? Are you tired of your bank account? Are you tired of your relationship? Are you tired of being tired? And if the answers are yes, you are the lower level frequency, and you need to release that, because you're God and you ain't supposed to be at no lower level frequency. And what happens is Damali recognizes Antonio as a lower level frequency, stops dealing with Antonio, and Antonio gets offended. If I'm offended, I'm kind of proving I'm the lower level frequency here. You know what I'm saying? If you say that always happens to me, lower level frequency, and you're out of alignment. That's what this is about. Alignment and how it affects you. This is important. Alignment is so important that it shows up in your life as tangible things. Please, Phil, go ahead.
And I think one of the things we got to remind ourselves, the fact that our soul has a body means that we have a special soul. There are more souls than there are bodies. So the fact that your soul got a body means that you have a special soul, or you wouldn't have gotten a body in the first place. There's a lot of souls that don't get a body. They're like farts in a windstorm. So they don't have a body, but because your soul got a body means that you're special. So everybody who's manifested at this level, this frequency on this particular plane in the time continuum are blessed because they were able to come here to work whatever out they're supposed to work out. And that's what this educational journey is all about.
Absolutely. There's two people on this call that I have complimented this very 2022. These people, they got issues. You hear me? They got issues, but they no longer have issues. They had them though. You know what I'm saying? They had them. Arshia and Queen T. Two different conversations. I've complimented both of these people. I've never seen this. Is just I told both of them on two different occasions, months apart. So both of them, I've never seen growth happen so fast. And they both can tell you I said that. I've never seen it so fast. And yeah, it's unmute our mics and clap for that, please. I've never seen it so fast. Woo! I want real talk, and I'm bringing them up because you can have Like, let's say you have, I don't know, let's just bring back abandonment issues again, because that's the last thing in your mind. That could have been true in January, Archie, and not true today. Just because something applies to you doesn't mean it applies to your present. I'm trying to help.
You speak, gang.
Okay. There's a bunch of stuff I hear that hit me all day long, Grace, but it no longer applies to me. I just remember a version of me, and it hits that version every time. Shoots that version like a 12-gauge shotgun, bam! But I'm no longer that version. Just because I get hit don't mean you hit the present me. You hit the me I can remember. Listen, what a person is, not what they remember, what they presently are. Those of you judging yourself by your past, the construct that you're keeping alive. You can forget everything you are today. Whoever you become now is who you are. To say, but don't keep trying, I do understand. I would play it, but I'm gonna get hit with a copyright. A guy named Toby says, try Jesus. Don't try me. Because I throw hands. You understand? Then later on, 6 months later, he said, unfollow me. Just unfollow. Got a whole Christian thing coming. He said, unfollow me. Tim said that's his pastor. That's her pastor. 5 things I want to give you real quick before I get back to Saw Guru. Antonio, I hear every word you're saying. I'm in a relationship with my coffee cup. Whatever coffee cup is, your husband, wife, brother, kinfolk, whatever, right? I'm in a relationship with my coffee cup, and I need to know if I'm in alignment. How can I tell if I'm not in alignment? You know what, Damali, what a great question you just asked. Number 1, something feels off. So there, 18 things to get to, whatever. Something feels off. If you're in a relationship with somebody, something, a job, Grace, where's Grace? There she goes. Your hair looks wonderful too, by the way, Grace. Grace, I'll meet you right real quick.
Yes, sir.
Do you like your current sales method?
No.
Then you're out of alignment. And how long have you felt? Something off. I don't know what it is though. I know how much. Too long. Too long.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much. You can get your mic back up. I'm trying to get you to see. Damali doesn't need to identify what's off. You just need to feel it's off. Y'all keep trying to identify stuff to change it. I told you that therapy is not relevant all the time. I don't need to know what's broken. I need to create what is fixed. Okay, free to choose.
I can't find nothing to throw. Wow.
I don't need to know what's broken, and I don't need to have this conversation. Can we talk? No, I don't want to talk. I let it go. I forgave. I've told people this before. The talk that you want to have makes you feel better. It does not make me feel better. Somebody needs to hear this. Just because you need closure don't mean I need closure. I forgave. I am done with it. The talk that you need to have with me, I have weighed against my 2 rules. Antonio told me I need to find the path of least resistance. Is having this uncomfortable conversation with you about what we went through in the path of least resistance. Yes, cool, I'll do it. No, I ain't doing it. Now you want to have your little coming to Jesus party. Is it in line with what I want to do with my life? No, I ain't doing it. I'm trying to free y'all. Just because you have bad faith, stop letting these people tell you need to talk about everything. No, you don't. You talk about what you can't let go. If you let it go, don't bring it back up. Create a newer conversation.
You know what?
Looking.
Hit home? I think Phil or Susan, one of them said this, but it's like when you talk about a memory, you feel the same vibration as if you were in that memory. So every time you got to repeat the story, you put yourself back into that same vibration. And why you want to keep putting yourself back into that same vibration to make some of the same stuff you don't want. So stop talking about it. Right? It just makes sense.
I'm glad you said that, Devon. That makes plenty of sense. But
everybody don't need to know your wound story. This is how they hurt me, but everybody don't need to hear that.
100, Demolly, 100%.
100%. Y'all, stop going back and identify. If you over it, create something you don't have to get over. If you, Grace is a perfect example. I like these cells. Okay, Grace. So stop trying to figure it out. Grace just needs to say, well, I'm going to do it this way. And if it works, keep it up. If it don't work, create something else. Y'all make it way too hard. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're afraid to fail. People who are afraid to fail rarely create. Because you're so afraid of being disappointed, you just stop being creators. Grace, if you're not willing to try 30 new things to find out your new fun way to sell, you ain't going to get it. And I'm not saying it's going to take 30. It may just take you 30 minutes, one attempt. But you need to be ready for 30 years. I'm not saying it's going to take us 30 years, but if you're creating something and ain't willing to see it through to the end, you're not going to win at life. If Grace get everything she ever wanted in her life by the time she's 90, does it matter? If she's supposed to go, man, I should have had it when I was 70, though. That's dumb. No. If you win, you win. Yeah. It don't matter when you win, you won. Come back again and get it at 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? You can be one of them child prodigies. You speak 5 languages at 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because you caught the lessons this time. Stop fixing things. Create desired results. This is my issue with therapy. I'm not telling you therapy's not right. I'm saying a therapy-only focused philosophy, an evangelical-only church, a disciple-only church. These things are wrong. Nothing is only. An only submissive woman is not a happy woman. And the man with that woman ain't a good man. Because I'm not going to let you submit to me all the time. I'm wrong. Don't do that. Don't just listen to me. Tell me what you want. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, there's some things I just don't deal with. It has nothing to do with, like, we're not talking about a vow I made. We're not talking about preference. I don't vibrate at the frequency of abuse. I don't exist there. So if you try to bring something in my reality that doesn't exist in my vibrational frequency, I won't feel the clash. You will. You can't bring to me cocaine and expect me to be comfortable with that. I'm not going to make you uncomfortable, well, not advertently, but my shutdown going to be so cold, you're going to be embarrassed. And I ain't got no problem with cocaine. For one, I'm scared to put eye drop in my eyes. So sniffing something is way braver than what I'm ready to do. Find a different way for me to take this drug. But sniffing, the other knows, I don't like smoking. When I smoke a cigar, it ain't never with my lungs. I'm a baby, Damali. I don't know how to put that in my chest. And I joke with them all the time. It takes a lot of energy to get high. Y'all be dying. Every time y'all get high, you cough. I need a better way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, like, you're a rookie. That's my point, though. I am a rookie. Give me the drugs that fit my personality. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you that you have to be in alignment with you. If you like
a fancy cup of some dark liquor.
But you all right then. That's in alignment with me. You understand what I'm saying? You bring that dark liquor, I know how to swish it around my mouth. I know how to swallow it at the right pace, all that stuff. And I know right how much to drink without getting that headache later on. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody fits themselves. It's in alignment with you. Does it feel off, Grace? If it does, you're out of alignment. That's number one. Number two, you don't feel excited about accomplishments when you do it. If you are not in alignment and you achieve something, you're like, ah. And if that's the case, you need to do something else. You need to do something else. You need to do something else. If you win and it's like, man, I'm going to leave our shit. We'll find a new one. Number three, Lord have mercy, this one here. I'm going to be very gentle when I say this, Lord. You constantly need external approval. No, that was tough. I know. Let me tell y'all something, man.
So?
I know. Let me tell y'all something. When you happy, you don't need nobody confirming that for you. I don't care. I mean, Frida and Grace are going to be responsible, 100% responsible for 100 sales going towards speaker side of things. It's going to be beautiful. I see it already. It's going to be 5 digits plus beautiful. You hear me? Each salary beautiful. Let me tell you something. I'm happy as hell. Hey, no. Need you to receive this. I'm not going to look over there and go, should have been me. Y'all owe me. First off, don't do something if you think somebody owes you. I don't like this conversation. That's all right. Secondly, I'm happy as hell. Grace can get $1 billion. She can get $100 billion. That's my goal. Girl, I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. They ain't bothering me. I don't care about how I'm gonna get mad at the joy of your life when I'm in full joy of mine. Somebody needs to hear that tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Somebody on the internet though. You're also out of alignment and you feel guilty all the doggone time. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You ever just sat there, Arshia was like, damn, what's wrong with me? Ain't that happened? Y'all don't want to. Why I feel like this? I remember feeling so bad where I couldn't even be happy around certain people. Some of y'all got parents and relatives. The moment you get happy, they're going to let you know how you shouldn't be happy. You got to hide your blessings from them. I ain't going to meddle too much, though. And number 5, the most important one, Grace. I should have led with it, but I was building up to it. Grace, you're a perfect example. you struggle to manifest. You are out of alignment when you did everything right. And I followed it. I did it. Why didn't it come? Because it wasn't supposed to. It's the universe telling you, we ain't giving this to you. Because if we give this to you and you are out of alignment, you going to think we telling you in alignment. So we're not running that for you. We are not about to reinforce your devilish behavior. You're killing yourself. The universe is not going to reinforce you killing yourself. This is why you do all the right stuff with your business and it don't work. You make 15 phone calls and you can't sell. You don't like it that way. And you better be glad it's like this today, Grace. You threw a heads up. You better be glad it's like that. Let me tell you why you need to be glad it's like that. Because the last thing you want to do, Archie, is be putting all your good energy into something that's going to make you feel real bad and regret when you're older. It is best to be disappointed up front. Give me all my disappointment up front. Don't lollygag on my disappointment. God, if I ain't supposed to be here, slap me in the face with the dough right now. I don't want it 30 years from now. You understand? So make the dough dog hit me right here. If she ain't for me, let her show her naked now.
Amen. Amen.
I need all that. Look, if he ain't supposed to be here, let him betray me right now. You understand? I don't want to be down the road all happy, and all of a sudden you've been siphoning, embezzling for 30 years. No. Steal from me right now. You understand? Let's go back to Sadhguru. Race is not a race. Don't fix your life. We got that. We got both of those. I do want to tell you, though, there is manifestation power if you stop trying to fix other people. It's not that fixing other people is wrong. It is, but that's not why. It's when this is what you call correcting. It's a vibration that leads to no manifestation. There has never been an incident on planet Earth in which anybody was corrected to prosperity. People have to choose prosperity. You cannot legislate my choices. You cannot legislate righteousness. I don't care how much you make it a law. If it ain't enemy to mine, I'm not following it. He'll say all the time, everybody does what is according to their worldview. You cannot legislate my worldview. You can't charismatically tell it to me. And you can be a good woman all you want to. If I want to be a sorry man, you're going to be a good woman with a sorry man. You ain't changing me. Anyway.
Preach, preacher.
I ain't trying to know, but seriously, you cannot change people. Grant Cardone says, the potential reality. I've been talking about that. But then on the same video, Sadhguru says, but do you have the courage to do it? It's 2 minutes into the video. We ain't that far. Do you have the courage? Grace, you're a great example. Because I know you can't, Grace can't ask a question of something she hasn't observed. But before I tell you why she's a great example, let me tell you what struggle actually is. Here are 2 boxes of candy. Susan would be very proud. They've been here for a week. I ain't touching them. Same boxes of candy. that I used earlier this last week or whatever. I ain't touched them. They stand there. I say, Grace, they yours. That's what I learned with a heart. I ain't touched them. This is struggle. This is solution. Well, let me put something else. Put a wallet for solution. All right, there you go. Struggle. There you go. Solution. That feels much better. Struggle, solution. The only way I can struggle is if I'm holding on to both of them. If I let go of the solution and only hold my struggle, I am no longer struggling. How many of y'all know people, they seem to be blessed and they ain't no good? I mean, they got no job, but they always eat. Who know what I'm talking about? All they do is play the video game around, but the girlfriend take good care of them. Because when all you doing is holding your decision you made, there is prosperity in that. I'm not telling you you gotta like that. Watch it. When all you doing is holding, I am a loser, Damali. Don't you date me. I'm gonna sit in my drawers, play video game all day, and smoke weed in the living room. And you ain't gonna never have no privacy. And every time you try to leave me, I'm gonna get you pregnant. If that's who I am, she gonna take care of me until she winds up. You hear me? And as soon as she leaves, I'm gonna find somebody else who's gonna take care of me. We all know people like that. When you are only holding the struggle, ain't no struggle. Solution. If you only got the solution, ain't no struggle. It's only when Grace says, this is why she's a good example. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm still doing it the way it don't serve me. Struggle is holding on to the solution and the problem at the same time. One of them needs to be let go. Your choice. But you got to let one of them go, Archie.
Well,
it's up to you. It's up to you. And every sacred text says, listen, man, you want to be cold, that's fine. Want to be hot, that's fine. But doing them both, I got to cut you down. I got to spew you out. Struggle is holding on to the solution and the problem at the same time. It's the only time you can struggle. The only time. Grace has both solution and problem. She may not be able to identify the solution, but she knows the solution is, it ain't this. Got both of them. Now, the good thing she gets to do is, if she know one of them ain't working, just go ahead and drop that, Grace. Figure out all 15,000 ways to get this one done. And you bump your head until you find that solution. I'm telling y'all will come back here tomorrow if everything at ATS is working. But if it wasn't, Frida, you come back here tomorrow and we'll be in giraffe painting. We come back here like, all right, everybody, well, we're going to have a meeting. All right, good meeting today. We're talking about taming giraffes. Source, the new direction of the company is we're in giraffe taming. And I would change this company 15,000 times before I stick to something that ain't working.
Ask Shannon. What he just said.
I was sure that it didn't work. It didn't work. And I don't care how much you laugh at me, think I ain't no leader. The leadership is, I'm not going to lead you to poverty. You hear me? And if I got to sit up here and say, I messed up, y'all, we change it. That's what I'm going to do, Devali. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm more focused on creating the result, not trying to stick by something to fix. The last thing on that Sagu, probably to go. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do. This is more eloquently stated, taught by Abraham Esther, Jerry Hicks. It's called the law of allowing. You have to allow people to live highest expression of themselves. Just because you don't think it's a high expression, they're doing what they are doing at the level in which they can do it. And you can't tell Queen Chi change. She gonna change when the change comes. You can't tell Antonio change. You can change when the change comes. But today, you're getting the best Queen Chi got. If you don't like that, shouldn't be with Queen Chi. Should be in partnership, shouldn't be around. It is what it is. Because you want her to be higher than what she is. That's unfair. All our she has got is what she got. Tomorrow, it may be better. But today, that's what it is. That's why the word appreciate exists, to increase in value. Every day I am in relationship with our Shia, her value needs to be increased. I can't expect you to be where I want you to be. That's where we start ending. I can't expect you to be where I want you to be. Whole cause will lead to this point. Alignment and how it affects you. If you are expecting alignment out of others, you'll be disappointed every day of your life. If you are expecting alignment out of others, you will be disappointed every single day of your life. Because alignment is not what I expect from the mind. Alignment is what I expect from myself. And everything vibrating at myself will find me. That's the holy grail of it all. Remember, everything has a vibration equivalent. So if the Molly is so concerned about Antonio not respecting her, guess what I'm vibrating at? Her thinking I don't respect her. So who's really in control? It's me. If she think I'm disrespecting her, and that's all she's thinking about, she's vibrating at my frequency, not vibrating at her own. You want to change your life? Change you. This is about your alignment. Ain't nobody else's. How is it possible Susan messed up? How? Is she your life? Then she ain't make no mistake. Oh, you understand, Grace be abusing me. Do you vibrate at that? Well, congratulations. You got your vibrational equivalent. If Grace don't like the sales she is in, when she changed how she is, those sales methods will change. Sales environment will change. And it sounds like she ain't got no problem with the methods, it's the environment. I am going to be boring until the day I die. The odds of Grace changing me to talk are very slim. You might as well change yourself. You understand what I'm saying, Damali?
I'm coming to see you, Grace. I'm coming.
There it is. Sound like Grace is in, and maybe her husband is in North Carolina.
He ain't here. He ain't here in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
He ain't here.
Maybe we go to California then. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's more like it.
I'm just trying to tell you. It's a Tempest that came a $400,000 house owner. She didn't get the $400,000 house. What came first, the cybersecurity contract or her doing cybersecurity? What was in her manifested itself when she said, you know what, I'm just on, he keep telling me to do, let me just do it anyway. I'm going to just, you call yourself an expert. No, I'm not going to do that. You know more than me? Yeah, but you an expert. You didn't say the expert. You just said a expert. You know what I'm saying? You're an expert. And once she felt that way, the expert contract with the expert contract money came. It was not Tenth's job to align herself to that contract. That's too hard. First off, she can't see it. It's off screen, right? It's off by screen. I'm using it as a metaphor. It's off screen. So how's she going to look at the infinite possibilities and pick that one? Nope. Whatever she became in alignment picked her. She became something, and then the infinite possibilities without competition said, I'll show up. Showed up to tennis. Molly gets it. You see what I'm saying? You can only change your alignment with you. She's right. She said effortlessly. I remember how it happened. She was on Twitter. The lady was like, girl, let me look out for you. Hold on. Something here? Oh, look here, man. I start typing. There's no appointment. It's set up. Let me know how it goes. Ain't that how it happened? At least that's what she told me. I mean, I put a little jazz on it, but you get understand. She ain't know these people. Here's an internship. The internship led to, you know what? You put in an application a while ago. We need about 15 people. You want to be one of them? I sure the hell do. Oh, how much money you want to make? A lot. They threw out a number. She said, well, that was big enough. That's my vibration. And now, she can't go any less than that number. The number she gets now is now the minimum. You don't ascend and go, well, that's awesome. That's the minimum. So anybody trying to come to her with anything else need to come at that level. You know what I'm saying? When you get to that, when you get to the level of money that she's making, money ain't numbers is the easiest part of the conversation once you get there. It's always the last part, the easiest part of the conversation, because the pay is so big. Culture is more important than the pay, and we need to make sure we're not paying you to F up our culture. It's the reason we coming off this million, because we got $1 billion culture, and we're not going to let you mess it up. So here's your 6th interview. 7 to 8 is with feeling season. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do all that. You got to go through it. So how do we solve these problems? Somebody says, Antonio, give me some quick steps to get into the line. First thing you need to do is ask. Look at that. This is also the first process in the law of attraction: ask, believe, see, right? You need to ask. I don't know who to ask. I didn't tell you to ask somebody. I said ask. Knock and the door shall be answered. Seek and you will find. If you ask, the mentor will come or the contract will come. Stop forcing God to bless you in your understanding. Just ask. And the fastest, quickest, most harmonious way to get to what you want will show up. It could be connotation or bigger contract. I don't know. It ain't up for me to decide. For Queen T is a TED Talk. I ain't even been on a TED Talk. And here's the crazy thing. I have no desire to be. Not yet. People was trying to get me, or one of them, down on probably, was trying to get me on a TED Talk like 4 years ago. I flamed out. I was like, I don't feel like it. I don't want. You know why I don't want to do a TED Talk? Well, maybe now, but I had no intentions on being known as a speaker, Damali. That's not what I wanted. It's not what I was building. And I know you're thinking, man, it's such an honor to be on TED Talk. Not for me. I'm not vibrating at that. Put me on TED Talk when I invent how to take the heat from a light bulb into fresh running water for civilizations without running water. Then let me do a TED Talk. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want my TED Talk to be about, my invention of how I gave life so people with no water so they can become a millionaire or something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll get up there and tell you about some words. That's me. And I'm telling you that a TED Talk ain't gonna find me until I find my invention. What's in me is gonna show up to me.
What? Say that again.
A TED Talk is not gonna find me until I find my invention. I don't want to be no coach. I don't like y'all. Why you think I want to coach you? I love you. But Grace already told us she bored as hell in the office. I genuinely don't. Deanna spend most of the time out the office now. I tend to spend most of the time on. This just be me and Grace. Do you know how boring I am? Your mom asked so got y'all go bored. And then when you meet my kids, so they spend so much time with their daddy, they bored as hell too. They so used to it. I watched this all yesterday. 4 of us, me and them 3, on individual devices, devising ourselves. I had a book.
Having the time of y'all's life.
That's how I like. Feel I had a book. My middle son don't give a damn. He don't care one bit. When he wanna come, he'll stop what he's doing. He'll go, Daddy, let me tell you what I just learned. And he got a big vocabulary too. He tell me what he learned. And I am not allowed to break my attention until he's done. When he's done, he moves. And if he feel like I ain't caught it, he gonna call me out and let me know. Why you giving me short answers? I'm telling you, do it. He do it. He just do it. He does it. They're all weird. Of course, Grace is suffering. Because my methods are boring. You know what I'm saying? All right. What was that, number 1? 2, forget. If you're not in alignment, you might want to forget everything you know. I'm sorry. What you know got you out of alignment. So just go ahead and let that go. 2, 3. Once you forget what you know, you got some preconceived conceptions that's going to come back. You need to let them go too. Here's the deal. If I tell you I forget what you know what you're going to do? You're going to say, yeah, you're right. You're going to forget what you know. And guess what you're going to rebuild? What you know. No. I want you to forget what you know and then forget what you go, how you, the easiest way to rebuild too. Forget that too. You hear me? Forget all of it. Forget all of it. Forget all of it. 4, expect. I need you to get out of wishing for alignment and just expect alignment. 5, prepare what you're expecting. Prepare for what you're expecting. This would be a good book. You gonna write this book?
You mastered it yet.
I ain't mastered it yet. Maybe write the book after you master it. Prepare for what you're expecting. 6, crucify your ego. One of the craziest things about alignment, whatever we align to, we typically got our ego attached to it. Me and Damali good for saying, you're not going to talk to me like that. Me and Damali a lot. You know, what we not going to do, right? We got to get that ego out of there. He can't get tired of it too. 7, don't do nothing for money. Do not do it for money. Do not do it for money. I I didn't say, and I am Mr. Money, Mr. Talk About Money. I did not say money's not important. And I did not say don't do something to build a nice little security so you can go play with your dreams. I'm saying if you're doing it for money, you'll never find the motivation you need to keep going. Because when the money don't show up, your motivation won't show up either.
Wait, don't go to the next one. Wait, say the last part.
When the money don't show up, when your money won't show up, your motivation won't show up either. I can assure you. Yeah. You're like, man, this should have worked. And it don't work. You're like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. Number 8. Welcome life with open arms. Let me say, welcome everything with open arms is what I'm really saying. Welcome everything with open arms, good and the bad. Number 9, don't hold on to everything. That was obviously coming next. Just because your arms open don't mean you need to hug everything. You hear me? You hug what you want. The rest of the stuff, you hit your arms and fall. Let gravity take some of this stuff away from you. Just because your arms are open don't mean you need to carry everything. Inside of number 9, Grace, how did I phrase it again? Hold on, I got it built in order in my head.
Don't hold on to everything.
Right, and the only way you can not hold on to everything is you got to be grateful for everything. That's still number 9, but that's your secret sauce. I know the Frida was like, God dog it. You got to be grateful for everything. You have to be. Number 10, this is where you need faith. And it's the first time faith comes up. Keep the faith. Number 10. There was 9 things you had to do before you needed faith. Because I'm going to tell you why. When you're doing those 9 things and it ain't working still, ooh-wee. That's when you start going, you know what? I'm done. I am not about, I ain't reading no Bible. I don't care. Don't come to me with that. I am done. You're going to need the faith to keep going because you're more than likely walking out of an old harvest. You're going to need the faith to keep going. 11. Lucy said, be like water. Number 11 is be like water. Real talk. Be like water. Abraham Hicks would say, master the law of allowance. Antonio says, be like water, because I'm a Bruce Lee fan. It simply means, if the Molly is computer programming, be like water and just shape all to computer programming. When it's time to do real estate, shape all of that. If it's time to learn a new language, shape to it. Yes, do what is necessary without anger. Be like water. You got to learn a new thing, learn it. Hear me? Number 12, I think it's 12. Mm-hmm. Find peace in all things. Number 13. The way I got it written down is don't be a lick, but not that word. So we're going to change it to be humble. But don't be it. Don't do it. Doesn't make sense to get all these good things and then be known as a bad person. What I was saying, and Antonio, just help the Molly and just did this. And now the Molly don't respond the way I want her to respond to the good thing I just did. Now I'm pissed off. No, I shouldn't have did. If your response dictated my response to you, I shouldn't have damn did it. Give me 2 minutes, be done. If what I do for Grace has anything to do with her response. If her response makes me feel less or like I got robbed or used, I shouldn't have did it. You do stuff because it's in alignment with me. I do stuff because I wanted to. Your response to what I did for you has nothing to do with me. And you better learn how to release people of your expectations of how they should respond to you. Everybody ain't come back to Jesus and say, thank you for curing me of leprosy. Imagine if Jesus would have got so upset. The 9 people ain't come back. So when the one did come back, man, what the other was that though? Do that. You got to be grateful for what you got. Whatever Phil do for me, whatever I do for Phil, whatever Queen G do for me, and vice versa, Sandra, you ain't got to appreciate it. I didn't do it for her appreciation. And stop that. Do stuff because it's in you. Don't do stuff for people's response. Whole class in itself. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better, you can dominate. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. This is whatever the hell the name this is called today. Yes, I'm trying to give you everything.
Antonio?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Today is worth the price of admission to the Bureau of Influence individuals. What we covered today, what people could pick up from today, it was worth the price of admission.
Good. Thank you so much. So, Grace, take this clip then, and then you're free to take this clip. Send it to people as a bonus.
Yes.
All right, y'all have
Thank you.